Welcome to the RPG Podcast.
And we are live.
Oh God, Patton!
Presented by SHEATH. A Time Wheel production.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Robert Patton Global Podcast. I'm here with the one and only Luis Palomino, bare knuckle boxing lightweight champion, right?
Yes,
thank you so much.
champion.
Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I just been up every morning since early, and I took a little nap right now in between, but just been waking up for the second time today.
Wow, you got up early. Okay. Did you go work out?
Every day, 5 a.m., just about every day. Yeah.
I wake up around 7. So that's just your internal clock? You have to wake up at 5?
Not necessarily. But just you get your day started early, man. Everything just goes right, So
yeah,
I kind of push for that time. And now, if I feel like my body needs more time to recover, I won't force myself to wake up unless I have to.
Oh, okay.
Now let me recover,
Okay, yeah, so you start the day off right, get up early, knock out business and whatnot, emails maybe. What do you do in the morning when you get up that early?
I have one of my major clients, one of my close friends. We train every single day, 6 a.m. So probably do like a good 2 hours, cardio, kickboxing, weights, and I learn a lot from him. So he's my mentor. He's a very good businessman.
Nice.
So I pick his brain every fucking morning,
Yeah, and you're in Miami?
Yeah, here in Miami.
How's everything going down there?
Everything's
COVID.
good. It's nice and calm now. You don't hear too much. I mean, unless you're speaking to the nurses and people that work in the medical field, you really don't hear much. I have a sister that's a registered nurse practitioner. So all I gotta do is talk to somebody in my family. I'm hearing about it,
Right.
They're more informed, but it seems like, everything's quiet now and chill.
Well, what do they say?
Well, they completely took out the mask mandates to begin with. So it's like everything's normal, back to normal.
Well, I mean the nurses, sorry. Your
they talk about how many people they deal with a day, and how many people that were on the vaccine or that were not on the vaccine. They're all there. They're all showing up over there.
I know you had caught COVID a couple months ago, right? And you've fully recovered. Obviously, you retained your belt. There's talk about people having long-term negative consequences, physical consequences, but can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, no, I never fully recovered. I'm still not fully recovered today.
Whoa.
I just recovered enough to beat this particular opponent.
Dat Nguyen?
Yes, this was a camp that I was so low in energy, and I love powerlifting, That has a very quick mouth to point fingers about steroids and whatnot, because his body looks like a bowl of noodles, like just liquid and noodles. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, you look like that because you don't like to eat properly and lift some weights. Simple as that. And I used to look like that. I didn't start lifting weights until the age of 21, 22. So, hey, excuse me for loving to do some powerlifting every time my camp is over. I already started lifting weights. I love doing that. I changed my body pretty late as an adult, so now I like it. I like to lift weights.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, and this dude, Dustin, he's one of those like real old school mentality boxers, because today's boxers, you see them, more fit, stronger, more ripped. Mm-hmm. Back in the days, it was more based on cardio. Yeah. And, there wasn't much of an aspect of the body, the physique that you see today, And because the athletes just have improved. You got the talented guys that work hard, So now you got like all that shit together. All the new information that we have with personal training, it's like we're in another era now of competition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
This
mean, it's
dude
like,
is over there, claiming to just be in the back of the restaurant training, but it's not true. He trains in the gym too. It's just convenient for him to have a gym next to him while he's there all day working. Of course, that makes sense.
yeah.
But this is a professional sport. You're not gonna come over here and complain about professional things. Like, I'm getting proper training. Yeah, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
I also pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. The cost that comes out of the fighters' pockets for training and management and, the team, I imagine, I mean, it's not free,
No.
And
It comes with it. It comes with the cost, man. You're a champion. You want to treat yourself like a champion. And that's what I do. Even before I even fought for the belt, like I've always carried myself like that, like a champion. And you gotta invest in yourself, man. Nobody else do.
Champions do champion shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's that's actually a Jake Paul quote, but but like it's a game of inches. And I was talking with Jason Knight. He was in the UFC. He went to PFL, and we were having an interview, and he was talking about how he kind of just eats whatever he wants. And I was kind of like, ooh, that's kind of probably not the best idea when you're fighting at a professional level.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then he ended up losing his next fight. And I know from my personal experience, when I am super disciplined in my diet, rest, even like sex. Some people say if you have sex, it doesn't affect you. If you don't have sex, it doesn't affect you, whatever. But I find like I get a little bit more power if I don't have sex like every day.
Obviously, of course.
Well, see, you say obviously. Yeah.
They've done many studies on that, and one of the one that caught my interest the most was the explanation about not so much as because you had sex, you got weaker. It's more of the rest that you got in between. So like you're a high performing athlete, right? And you're spending all night out, 2, 3 in the morning by the time you hit the bed after sex.
Yep.
Now you're talking about, your body needed more rest, you need more time to recover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if it's just a thing that you're at home and you get to your thing, get enough hours of sleep doing your thing next day, shit, if anything, you're boosting up your test levels.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because sometimes it helps you rest better. And so that's I don't know why I brought that up. You got diet, rest. It
goes hand in hand, bro.
Right.
It goes hand in hand. Yeah, your diet, your recovery, your rest, all of that goes hand in hand. I mean, at a professional level,
Yeah, exactly. And so I was also talking with this other dude, Georgie something, and he's like carnivore, 100%. What's your diet like?
I've read, I love nutrition. I've read a lot on it, and there was a time that I did blood type diet, right? So your blood type.
What's your blood type?
I'm AB positive.
Okay, I'm O positive.
All right. So apparently, for me, it tells me to be a vegetarian. It tells me so like they'll give you like an example, like a chart, right? It'll be like green light, yellow, and red. So in green light, it's food that your body turns into energy, into fuel. Yellow would be like it doesn't make you tired, and you don't turn it into energy. You just like whatever. And then red is food that literally just makes you nostalgic, like tired or lazy.
Yeah.
Because everybody has different type of acids to break down food. Yeah. Is what I read, right?
Right.
So everybody breaks down food differently. You know what I mean? So, and it's very funny because when I eat beef, I get the most tired and lazy. And I'm sluggish and slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after I broke that food down, after like a good 72 hours, I'm flying. So, so to answer your question, when it comes to nutrition, personally, I don't stick to any one diet. I experimented enough to know what works for me. I know that I can have lamb every day if I wanted to. I know that I can have beef if it's only once or twice a week. Any beef I wanted to, as much as I wanted to. As long as I only do it once or twice, like on a Tuesday, Friday, or a Monday, Saturday, something like that, And consuming a lot of fish, if I want to be light, I can just do a pescatarian diet and drop like easy, like super easy. something about fish that makes me lose weight super fast. And I'm talking about like fish with rice and stuff like that. I'll still drop really fast.
Beautiful.
You know? I do everything just balance that out right. Kind of like my meal prep company, is actually my fiance's. We called it Balanced Life Bento. So we put it in the bento box, just a little bit of balanced life. You just balance your nutrition. You know, we don't put nobody on no strict diets. I don't believe in diets. I believe that the start of the diet is a means to an end. You're gonna start it and you're gonna finish it because it's too strict, it's too much, and you're not used to. You can't live like that. You know, Balanced Life Bento, we're giving you lunch and dinner. We can advise you on healthy breakfasts, but you should fast. We recommend if you want to lose weight, you should fast. You know, I normally live off 16 to 18 hours fasting every single day.
Whoa.
So if you can do 14 to 16 hours, it'll literally change your life. You know, your body will start to produce more muscle. You will get rid of more toxins. You have more energy. You produce more of the food that you eat into muscle, into proteins. You break it down. You know, so like, it's a healthier way of living instead of I'm gonna diet. No, you just change the way you live.
Yeah, like because a diet is like has a start and end, but you need to be. It's not sustainable. So like for the long term,
you're gonna break. We're human.
Right. So what hours are you eating? Like what hour of time frame are you eating from like 12 to 8?
Since I wake up early and I've gotten used to training on a fasted stomach. So I don't mind not eating till like 2 in the afternoon if I have to. So like I really won't check myself. Look, if I'm in camp, I'm eating under 7 p.m. Like if it's 7 p.m., I didn't have a meal. If by some chance I got home and I didn't have my meal prepped or I didn't take it with me and I didn't eat it by 7 p.m. in camp, then I won't eat that meal. I just grab a protein shake, feed the muscle, go to sleep. That's it.
Whoa.
But since I'm not in camp, I don't have to maintain a certain weight where I can just be healthy and be strong. I like to eat. I'm a fat ass. At heart, I'm a fat ass, right? I'll stop eating whatever time I'm out. Right? So last night I was out, right? And to go out, by the time I finish eating, maybe like around midnight, 1 p.m., I haven't ate today. And I just start my clock. There's an app called Zero. And what it does is it makes it simple for you. Because if I stop eating tonight, right? Tonight at 1 a.m. or 12 p.m., boom, I press start on my clock. It's going to count down my 16 to 18 hours. So when I wake up in the morning, I will look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, let me see, I got like 4 hours left. I got 5 hours left. It makes it easier when you look at it like that, like, oh, well, you know, 4 more hours, I complete 18 hours. You know, so it's kind of rewarding. So it keeps you like, you know, yeah. So I would change everything for you.
What app is it?
Zero. It's called Zero.
Oh, you said that. I think I have that actually. Okay.
It's just a timer, man, and you put in your information. You can put your weight, and you can track the weight and the speed that you're losing weight, your energy levels of the hours you're fasting. Like you can like really, you know, get into it, you know, fill it out, and monitor yourself. You know, how you react to fasting.
I have 5 dogs here. How many dogs?
You too? I got 4 American bullies, man. A bunch of spoiled. Hey, stop! Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, we foster dogs, and we just they're always barking at the people walking by, or you know, that's funny. Love dogs. So we got this new shirt. It says meditate, lift weight, celebrate, and because those are nice looking dogs. Jeez. Nice. Those are good. We have 1 pit bull, but that's not a pit bull. Is it a pit bull?
American bullies.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I guess it's similar. It looks similar, right?
Very similar. The American bullies are made out of pit bull, English bulldog, and Staffordshire.
They look like scary a little bit if you're walking down the road with them.
This one here is a truck. I'm babysitting this one here. Oh, shoot.
Oh, my God.
Look at this guy's head.
That's so cute.
He's one of the sons of my girls. So my dude is out. So I'll take care. He's like a teddy bear.
Oh, man.
Teddy bear.
Are they aggressive at all?
Zero.
Nice.
Zero. All right, come on. Wait. Come on.
Go to elementkombucha.com, use promo code RPG11, save 11%. You're supporting our podcast and great conversations like this. My brother has a French bulldog, and it's like grayish, purpley kind of that color, and it's kind of aggressive. And they say like the color of the dog can sometimes determine the aggressiveness, and in those blue, like if they have that blue-gray kind of hair color, sometimes I don't know. Have you heard anything like that? Do you?
No, not really. No.
Okay, but it brown.
The eyes change about color change in the eyes. My girl, the mom of this dog, it was green, like green. And by the time she hit 9 months old, it completely changed the hazel.
Okay.
That's as far as changing colors.
I think that happens with humans sometimes when you're.
Yeah.
I think so, but then I heard like brown dogs and white dogs are supposedly less aggressive. I'm not sure though.
I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
Well, that's what I heard. My wife is
It comes down to how you breed them, how you raise them.
Yeah.
What kind of lineage they're coming from? Because like say you're a very good owner and you're taking care of your dog very well. Yeah. But bloodline behind it, and maybe they used to fight them or they were extremely aggressive. It's always going to be in the genes too. So exactly. The biggest thing with dogs is the temperament. Like the temperament of my dogs is ridiculous. Like she can have puppies right now, and you can just come and touch them. She'll have no problem with you or any of them. No fights, no nothing. They just want to hang out, watch TV, and play for like real quick because they're full of muscle, so they get tired fast.
Do you run with them or anything?
I don't do it to go work out for myself. I do it for them.
Yeah.
Because they burn out like that. Man, it's too much muscle, man. They'll spike up. They'll do fast stuff, explosive, jump on the couch, jump down, start doing circles. Yeah, for a good 10 minutes, and then that's it. All right, I'm tired. Let's watch a movie.
Yeah, I love dogs. They're so good for the emotional. Just
yeah. As I always say, my dogs saved me, man. The very first 2 dogs I started with 2 females.
How'd they save you?
They saved like my mind in a time that I was like quitting, because my knee, I had found out I had on the same knee that I have a partial MCL tear, I got a 3rd-degree PCL tear. I came from Russia. I felt it pop. And like one of my last fight in Russia, MMA fight. And when I came back, the surgeon was like, "You're done. You're never fighting again." I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like really bad, Like
yeah.
Whatever. I was in depression for like a good month.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought the 2 girls. So like, they're just puppies. They're making you smile all the time.
Yeah.
If you're a dog lover like me, forget about it. 100%. They make you smile, they make you feel good. And I guess that energy, that good feeling kept, making me. So I went and got a second opinion. And the second opinion was the same as the third opinion, which was, do you need surgery? Yes. Do you need to do it right now? No. You can do a strong rehabilitation, and come back from it faster than you would from surgery, because the PCL ligament is inside here, right? So there's a lot of protection around it. It's not like the ACL or MCL, And that's what I did, and I continued fighting after that. And then I had to do surgery.
Okay.
But it was like my dogs gave me that energy, like that want, that will.
Positive.
It felt good. It made me feel like it was possible.
This episode is brought to you in part by Element Kombucha. It's a new sponsor. We're very excited. They sent me a care package, and I drank them all. I can't even show you. I could show you this empty bottle right here, but it's Element Kombucha. They have CBD infusions, THC free, really tasty blends. Kombucha is good for the gut bio. So if you have been taking antibiotics, it's always good to take some probiotics. And Element Kombucha is sponsoring this show. They're supporting us. So we're asking you to support them. They actually have really good prices. It's like $10, $15 for a 6 or 8 pack on their different options. They have variety packs, or you can just get the Summer Vibes blend, whatever you want. It's at elementkombucha.com. Promo code RPG11 will save you 11% on your purchase, and they'll know that we sent you, and we would appreciate the support. Last but not least, SHEATHunderwear.com, the greatest underwear on the planet, the underwear of legends, the underwear that keeps your balls from sticking to your legs. That's right. This is the best underwear because it keeps your boys cool. Check out SHEATHunderwear.com. Back to the show.
How did you start fighting, and when and where did all that happen?
First fight was here in Miami. How did I start fighting? No, boxing. I started boxing in California at the age between 11 to 14.
Nice.
Yeah. And my dad took my older brother, Pedro. He's a vet.
Oh, nice.
And he took Pedro to the boxing gym. Pedro was like a physical specimen, right? My brother Pedro, like he has all of my mom's side of the genes. And my mom's genes was talking about like, you know, big, all my cousins, all my uncles, tall and muscular, right? And I got more like my daddy's genes. None of that good stuff, right? And so I had to like bust my ass to change my body, man. It took me years. But he took him to the gym, and I asked him, can I go? You know, it was to take my brother was like strong, right?
Yeah.
And we went over there. He's like, yeah, let's go then. We went over there. He did boxing for like about 2 weeks, and I stayed for 3 years. And it was my love. It wasn't his. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't something that he enjoyed. You know, he was very good with his hands, with art. He could have easily been an architect. He can build things like you wouldn't believe, and very smart. But it was just, you know, boxing wasn't his thing, and I ended up loving it. That's how it started for me. 3 years of boxing, you know, with the Mexicans over there in California, San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. Okay. Yeah. Is that where you grew up then, San Bernardino, California?
3.5 years. 3.5 years. I mean, that's when I first stepped into the States, from Peru to California.
Peru. Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you? 11, 10?
I was 10, turning 11. I had just turned 11 or something like that. And I did 3 years over there. That's when I started boxing, the amateur boxing, all of that. And I was getting ready for a tournament. Then my father goes to prison. My mom has to come over here on her own. You know, 6 kids by herself.
Wow.
No English, no papers. You know, she pulled through. She brought us over here, started all over again.
From California to Miami?
Yeah, I've been in Miami now for 31 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, but the time that we got here, the gang activity was just ridiculous, man. Everything was fight, stabbing, and jumping. You know, everything was cool to jump. Everybody, that was a cool thing to do. You know.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't like that crap. So I was boxing in California. Everything's one-on-one. You know.
Yeah.
They jumped me one day because I used to ride my bike to the boxing gym.
Yeah.
And I almost got jumped one day. Well, I got hit because I wanted to take my bike. Right?
Yeah.
I got hit by one of them, but he wanted me to let go of the bike. I didn't let go of the bike.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one comes, but he didn't hit me. The other one came, but he didn't hit me. And then this guy hit me again, so I could let go of the bike, and I let go of the bike. And when I got to the boxing gym, you know, those are old school boxers from the hood. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows them, you know? So they're like, hey, let's go back over there. So we went back over there, we looked for them, and it's like, okay, now both of you got to fight with him one-on-one now.
Nice.
Everything was fun with it. And all the gang members in Cali, they respected the boxers. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like older coaches too, though, but you know, they probably trained with them for years, who knows, you know? Who knows what their history was. So they had to both fight me. I had to beat the crap out of both of them. One-on-one.
Nice.
So when I got to Miami, I really didn't like that injustice shit where, like, you know, you're jumping one person, you know, 5-on-1, it's supposed to be cool. That ain't cool for me, man. And that's why I had fights, because I would get into fights that weren't even mine. I didn't like the injustice, you know?
No. Yeah. Okay. That's a culture shock.
Yeah.
But you got to beat those two guys up then?
Oh, yeah, they got it.
And you got your bike back?
Got 2 free hits.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not cool. How old are you?
Today, 41.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 43. But we grew up in like the same kind of time frame, and I lived in Southern California, in like Orange County, and San Bernardino is not too far from that, I don't think. But you came from Peru at 10. When you moved here, did you speak English good already, or?
I came. No. I learned how to speak English fully in the first year I stepped into California.
Nice.
But I didn't. Yeah, I learned it in 1 year, man. Very, very. You know what? I've had very good response to languages, because English, I did it all in 1 year. I learned how to speak fluently.
Yeah.
I was like, I got here like 10 years old. By the time I was 11, I could speak with anybody, you know? And then Portuguese, I've never gone to school for Portuguese, but I did capoeira and I did jiu-jitsu. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I'm a professional capoeira.
I love capoeira.
So I studied it, but I could speak fluent Portuguese with anybody from Brazil. And like fluent.
Wow.
You know, I picked it up, you know? So
what does poha mean?
It doesn't even make sense, because the actual meaning of the word and how they use it is so completely different. Crazy.
I know Gilbert Burns was like, poha.
They use it for everything.
That's funny. So, okay, yeah, that means you're very, like, your IQ is probably pretty high if you can just learn languages that easy. And fighting, it could be considered a language, right?
Yeah, I say so.
Yeah, like the probably the first language was fighting, because we're just making noises, ooh, ooh, ah, and then,
all right,
whatever. But where did the baboon name come from?
Baboon came from this group here. This symbol here was the logo for my first capoeira group, which was Capoeira Abolição, which means abolition, freedom, right?
Nice.
And, I was named after the logo, Baboon. That was the actual logo. I was the first one. And it got really big. The team ended up everywhere, man. It's in Mexico, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Venezuela. It's in UK. It's everywhere. Like this is that group. It ended up spreading out pretty big. I was named after that logo, and I ran with that name. That was it. Like, everybody called me Baboon.
I like it. Nobody else. I don't think anyone else has that name.
Unique, you know, like who else gonna be, you know, calling themselves that, you know?
And they're freaky with their teeth, and you know,
aggressive as shit too.
Yeah,
super aggressive. Wow,
that's a great name. And like I watched a capoeira movie or whatever. There was like this teacher who taught the kids how to do capoeira when I was a kid. But it looked so fun, and that back and forth kind of dance kind of rhythm.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, like, to mimic, and then you just keep doing it, and then like throw a kick, and then get back into it. And I could, like, the physical fitness aspect of that. It's like people should be doing that, or jujitsu, or boxing, or something.
Yeah, that or jujitsu, anything like that, man. Like, watch your whole entire body.
I know.
Keep it fit.
Doing it since you were 11. I know, like, some guys start at 20, and Tyson Fury started at like 3. So it's you know, when you start anything at such a young age, you're going to have that muscle memory that just you can't really get in the later years, I don't think, if you start later. So the fact that you started at 10, 11, I think is a perfect age, because you're a little bit more physical.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not like 5 years old. Maybe it might seem too young, but I guess Floyd Mayweather started pretty young also. But I like that you started so young, because it pays off, like, in the long run. You know, that muscle memory, you don't even have to think.
Yeah, it's just reaction.
Yeah. And you so like getting in the zone. I like to talk about that a little bit here on the podcast sometimes, that flow state when like time slows down. You know what I'm talking about. Do you ever,
Yeah.
how do you experience that? Does that ever come across in like any fights that you can recall or training, you know, where like, you know, go ahead.
In the fight?
Yeah.
Like, man, for this specific fight right here, I was very off.
Yeah.
So,
See?
look, apart from my timing being off, because I barely even got in shape for this fight. That's the truth. Hey, back up. Stay. The timing was off. You know, my power wasn't there for sure. I couldn't do what I was telling you earlier is I couldn't do weights because I wasn't recovering.
Right.
I didn't have the time frame to do what I normally do, which is power lift, get stronger every camp, and then come down with more quality to 155, you know? I didn't have the luxury to do that. All I could do is try to get in the best cardio shape I could possible.
Yeah.
And it took me until like 2 weeks before the fight that my lung finally opened up. You know?
Yeah.
Like, the whole camp, you have your trainers looking at you like, yeah, you know, that one wasn't, you know what I mean? I'm not doing the numbers that I'm used to doing on the track. You know, there's a science to everything, you know? Everything's written down. I have everything written down, you know? So if I'm not throwing this many punches in sparring, if I'm not doing this time on a 600 meter, if I'm not doing this time on a 400 meter, you know, like, if I'm not doing this and that compared to how I was in my last fight when I'm like 2 weeks away, and maybe we shouldn't take this fucking fight. You know what I mean? Like my trainers look at me like, are you sure about this? But then in the last 2 weeks, I wanted to make sure that I didn't make a decision based out of my ego. Lucian, get out of there. You know, I don't want to like, you know, out of my ego, like he's talking too much crap, I'm gonna go and fight this dude. No, man, I'm a little smarter now. I'm a little older, a little more mature now. You know what I mean? So, you know, it comes with the territory. I've had plenty of losses. It's like when I did MMA, I didn't have no amateur fights. So I went straight to fight pro, fighting at 170, man.
Whoa.
What the hell did I have? I didn't even weigh 170. I was like 165, 167. I'm fighting dudes that are coming down from 200. Little did I know about weight cutting. I didn't know about weight cutting.
Wow.
So I learned everything just the most worst possible way. Ruined my record pretty much from the start. You know, but I didn't care about it because Babu will fight anybody. So if there was a fight out here, Babu will fight anybody. No, as a matter of fact, that we have a show going on right here, and we have all these fighters on this list. Let's bring somebody that just came out of UFC and let's make him fight with Babu because Babu will fight anybody. And that's how I fought. That's why I've beaten so many people that have gone to UFC, you know, or lost to some, right?
Dude, that Gagey fight.
Yeah,
that Gagey fight.
I mean, come on, look at that one.
Yeah, that was a war. That was, much respect. Hopefully you feel good about that fight. I know it didn't go your way, but it was very impressive. And to throw with him like that, knowing that he's fought for the UFC title or whatever. You had him a couple of times, you know, it's just a matter of, I guess, connecting. When I was young, you know, I would watch boxing with my dad, and he would tell me that the reason they wore the gloves wasn't to protect the other guy's face, but to protect the fighter's fists, you know, from breaking.
Yes.
And so, you know, fighting in bare knuckle boxing, you're not using gloves, obviously. And so how do the punches feel on your hand coming from the other person, like, versus getting hit with boxing gloves? Like, what's the difference?
I haven't gotten hit enough to be frank with you. I haven't gotten hit enough. Like, the same way you see my face was the same way I came out of that fight.
Yep.
Did he land some punches? Yeah, he landed some punches all around here because he was very fixated on the Justin Gagey fight, and I guess he thought that he was gonna knock me out by hitting me somewhere on top of here, you know.
Yeah, he was throwing those overhand rights.
It was like he was just swimming the entire time, and then he has the audacity to say that I landed everything based out of headbutts and elbows, is what he's saying.
You got that uppercut. I saw.
You know, it's such a sore loser. Won't stop posting, you know, how I cheated with that, how I cheated with steroids, how I bought the judges. And I'm like, bro, look at your face.
Yeah.
Look at your face, man. Oh, that's because of the headbutts and elbows. Like, oh, okay. You're doing everything with your head down here. So, do you feel it? Yeah, you feel something hit you. But I've always said there's two types of fighters out there, right? You have the fighter that feels pain when they're fighting, and then they start to get smaller as it goes.
Yeah.
So like, if it was a jiu-jitsu thing, and he was a black belt, and he just hit one time, he'll drop to a brown belt. You hit one more time, he'll drop to a purple.
Yeah.
It's really true. And then you have other fighters, right, which are the very few, that you hit them and they get angrier.
Uh-huh.
Want to hurt you worse. I'm one of those. So for me to really acknowledge pain from you, you have to put a whooping on me. Like you have to do something to my face that you can actually physically see. You have to give me some sort of pain that I can respect you out of.
Yeah.
If I'm walking out of the fight like this, you can say whatever you want, man. I don't care what you got to say or what excuse you got or how your delusional fans, believe everything you say, right? But in the end of the day, this speaks for itself. Hey, that's it. It speaks for itself,
One of my dogs is...
a fight for 5 rounds and you won, then you should have caused some sort of damage in those guys' face.
Yeah. No, that was clear. That was very clear. I got a fucking woodpecker pecking on my... I thought it was...
A woodpecker?
Yeah.
I got this thing. That's it. What do you fish? A woodpecker.
Yeah. They live in my house over here. Wow, that is crazy. We're just gonna have to. Hopefully, you can't. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear.
Okay, good. I'll just ignore it. When what you said about the breathing on COVID was interesting to me. Can you elaborate what that felt like?
So, this is exactly how it felt, right? So, when I first came out of the hospital, I had cans of oxygen all over the house.
Oh, wow.
That was courtesy of my fiance that I found it. I never even thought about something like that.
Smart.
And I was sponsored with it the next day when I let them know that I was using it.
Nice.
But I had them all over the house because for a moment you think that you're okay. I'm an athlete, man. I think I'm gonna overcome everything quick.
Yep.
Yeah, remember, before COVID, I didn't get sick for 5 years. Not even a cough, not a sneeze, not a cough, not a fever, nothing.
Right.
For 5 years, because the way that I live.
Yeah.
The way that I believe a lot in IVs.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're doing something like I'm changing the dog's food, man. Moving, cage around, cleaning up, and you start getting I think it's like a combination of a panic attack with the lack of air. So it's not just so much as the lack of air. It's like you start to fucking freak out because it happens out of nowhere. Yeah. So that would have some episodes apart from the waking up 4 times a night to dry my whole body up and change the sheets.
Whoa.
For weeks, right? The migraines, the fevers that were 102, 104 for 15 days straight.
Whoa.
102, 104, my brain was frying. I was really damaged because of my negligence to getting help. I fought it out 12 days at home, empty stomach. I'm doing my own IVs, so I know how to do it.
Wow.
Not a good thing when you don't have nothing in your stomach and you're dehydrated, right? You can't be putting vitamins in. So it really messed me up. I almost blew my pancreas. And I got there, by the time I got to the hospital, inflammation of the pancreas, severe pneumonia, all that crap, So dealing with the recovery of it wasn't just the breathing. The breathing I knew from everybody that I was going to deal with. That was expected, right? Hey, Cage, what do you think? Cage. It wasn't, I already was expecting the whole breathing part, right? But the energy was the one that shocked me. There's a story that I tell everybody because I like sticking to the truth. It's the truth. Please. I ordered a drawer, big tall box. It's right there in front of that door, right there, 3 steps away from us. Okay. I didn't pick up the box, I just moved it side to side to bring it inside the house, and I set it down right there, right in front of the couch. By the time I got there, just moved the damn drawer, That was the first physical thing I did after the hospital. It was the day after the hospital. I almost fainted. I had to, like, if the couch was in here, like, I cut out to the couch, there's the oxygen can right there. I'm like, you know, and I took like 10 deep breaths to get my air back, right? But that wasn't the big problem. The biggest problem was what I felt. When I do powerlifting, and I'm talking about powerlifting when I'm breaking my records, I always aim at breaking, at least if it's by 5 pounds. I like breaking the record until the next fight. I like doing that in between.
Nice.
My thing, right? So it felt like if I had gone a whole week of breaking a number here or there, that same feeling that you feel at the end of the week, that soreness, the pain, I felt all of that shit right there from that movement.
Wow.
What the fuck is this? That's when I could open my eyes like, whoa, like weak. Like I lost 28 pounds, man.
Whoa.
You know, you know, and then this dude has, you know, the audacity to talk all this crap. Like, dude, you're full of excuses. I came out of a hospital bed, man. You know, the blood work will tell you pre-anemic, pre-diabetic, pre-diabetic on the blood work.
Yeah. Okay?
0 cortisol. Like, who the hell doesn't have cortisol? You know, like how the hell did that even get affected? Like, everything's just, like, you know, like, you look at everything, just red. Horrible.
Yeah. Wow. What did they treat you with at the hospital?
So I was too late for the Regeneron, which I recommend to anybody that catches this crap, right? Because I know many people. Only the reason why I recommend it is because I know too many people that are close to me that told me about it after I did it before.
Yeah.
That they've gotten it, the Regeneron, and they've been good within 2-3 days. They still deal with the post-COVID symptoms, the fatigue, the lack of air, but you get rid of the actual thing in 2-3 days. Which I was infected for 19 days, man. Yeah. You know? I was really bad. So I was too late, apparently. By the time I got to the hospital, I was too late for that.
Oh, no.
I was too late. And they gave me a 5-day COVID medication.
Okay.
And I guess the combination of that with whatever steroids they were giving me from my pancreas, my sugar went boop and spiked to 340, 350.
Okay.
And they were freaking out. They come, like, injecting me with insulin. And every time they inject me with insulin, they're like, you might become diabetic after this. And I'm like, all right. And then you come again, second time, like, you might become a diabetic. I'm like, hold the fuck up, man. Hey, hold up. You know, so I call my sister, and, you know, she's the nurse. You know, and hey, they keep telling me that I might become a diabetic every time they poke me with insulin because my sugar started, I don't know what. And she's like, do not let them poke you with insulin again. Okay. The lady comes back. She's not taking no for an answer. And I'm thinking, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Who put me on that medication? You know what I mean? The doctor, right? Yeah. So, you know, if I become diabetic, we have a little issue here. You know what I mean? Doctor, you know, you made him a diabetic, right? Right. So, so they're not taking no for an answer. That I don't want the shot. They came back. No, I'm not doing it. And as a matter of fact, that was the first day that I had ate and held something in my stomach, right? Yeah. So I had energy. So I told her, look, it's not gonna happen. At this point, I can fight you back. If you wanna go and get some help, you're gonna need some help. It's not gonna happen. As a matter of fact, I want my release, and I got my release, and I got out of there. I was still in, but now the fevers are gone, the headaches, the migraines are gone. Yeah. I can actually eat something. So how am I supposed to get better on a hospital bed all day and all night from severe pneumonia? How does a pneumonia get better? I'm like this, hooked up to things like all day and all night. Like, no, I need to get better. I got out of there, quarantined myself back in my house. You know, woke myself up 3-4 times a night. Well, my fiance helped me the first couple nights. And I got over that crap all over again. And then so see the instinct I told you with the drawer, right? Yeah. There was a second eye opener. So the following week, right? I go and I do the guy that I train that I tell you about, right? We always normally walk for 1 hour. Mm-hmm. The body going first. Yeah. We'll walk 1 hour and then we'll go and lift weights or do whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So in that hour, I'm like picking his brain, or that's when I'm going to school. This guy's smart, you know. But I've learned a lot from him. But so I said we did a 1 hour walk, just walk. Mm-hmm. We didn't train, so that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. It's on a Monday. Right? It's the second Monday after I came out of the hospital. So I guess I got excited that I started my day, you know. So I got home and I had so many things pending. I've been in the hospital how long, you know, that I got out on the street, man, with my oxygen can, and I'm moving around. I continue to walk. Bad call, bro.
Yeah.
Time I got home, it felt like if I had done legs and lower back, it felt like I came back from working out, like from the gym, you know.
You just walked.
And the cold sweats that had stopped just the day before started again for 3 more days.
Damn.
But like it brought me back again. Like fuck, and I was gonna start training that week.
Yep.
Start moving my body and sweating. I had to postpone another week. You know, so this guy's over here saying I was training the whole time. That he only trained for a month. Like, what are you talking about, man? I'm the one that was in the hospital.
Wow. Yeah, I heard. You know, Kazmat Chimaev. He's like the rising star of the UFC. And and he had it, and I guess maybe you guys had a similar sort of experience in that, maybe trying to come back too soon or not resting enough.
No, I definitely came back too soon. My one of my trainers, triathlon athlete, right? This dude does triathlons for fun. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy, right? This is my condition. Aaron Parade.
What does he do for fun?
Triathlons, man. Like, who the hell does triathlons for fun, man?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of miles to swim and bike and then run. It's like, woof. So this dude is in the most ridiculous shape that you can ever think of all the time, right? It took him 3 months alone just to recover from this crap, to start moving his body around.
Wow.
I fought in 3 months while recovering. I put myself in that position because I didn't have to, you know, because I work well under pressure. I said, if I put myself under this type of pressure, I will get better faster.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I wanted more than to get better faster.
Right.
Because it scared me, you know, like I thought I was going to die. You know?
Yeah, but if you had I was just watching this show about this lady that got it. It's called The Morning Show. It's on Apple TV, and like if you were hopeless and didn't like have anything to look forward to get over it, I feel like it would like be harder to recover. But the mind is so strong, and if you have like a goal or something to occupy your mind and stay positive, then your body would probably recover faster. Is kind of what.
Well, there you go. So that's what I said. If I put myself under pressure, that I have to weigh a certain weight, I have to look a certain way, I have to feel a certain way in that date, then now I have a target. And when I do conditioning, right, I've only had like 3 different conditioning trainers, and I've told them all the same. I tell them all the same. You know, when you want to get the most out of me, don't give me time. Don't work with me on time. Like if you tell me, okay, you're going to be in this station for 2 minutes, you're going to be in this station for 1 minute, at some point, unconsciously, you're going to cheat yourself. You know? So I don't work with me with numbers. I work with numbers. Okay. So if you tell me in this round, you got to do this many punches. Next round, I'm not going to do less than that. I'm going to do that or I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
If you got to run this mile under this time, I'm going to aim at that time or I'm going to break it. Like, so I work well with numbers. So when you tell me I better be ready November 16th, now I was like, I have to get up, you know, go train, do more recovery, more massages, you know, more therapies, because it was more about recovering than to preparing for the fight to train.
Yeah.
So it's like, I beat this dude at my very worst and I got untouched. And he has the face, you know, the sore loser face to come and claim and use excuses. Like, dude, the best thing you do is be quiet. You didn't deserve a title shot to begin with. Like, why would you, that didn't defend your title at 135, get to skip to other people at 155, where you've never even fought?
Yeah.
And you skip everybody for a title shot after you got thrown out of the company and stripped from your belt. Like, why would we give you any title shot? Hey, I'm a company man, you know. They gave me the fight. I took the fight out of the way. I didn't receive any damage.
Yeah.
I made my check. You want to give me that guy? There you go. He's out of the way now. Now bring Chad Mendes.
Oh yeah, Chad Mendes. How? Okay, yeah, that's exciting. Because I was going to ask if Dat wanted a rematch, which he might or might not. I don't know.
No.
Does he?
Fuck that. I'm sorry if you can't curse on this one, but
no, it's okay.
Fuck him. Like, for real. He never disturbed him to begin with, right?
Yeah.
And why would he get a rematch? Why would he? You know who's more disturbing of a rematch than him? Jim Mendes is more disturbing of a rematch. He was 4-0, and he was the face of the organization. Tornado was a champion in UK. He was 4-0, and he actually made me bleed. He caused some sort of damage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give this little idiot 135. Look, it's not a fight that excites me at all, man. Why would I be excited and go to war? Because when you go to war with bare knuckle, man, it doesn't matter who's bigger, who's smaller. It doesn't matter. We're talking about bare knuckle. If you get a cut big enough, the fight stopped. That person won. You know, if you get clipped in the right spot, you can go to sleep because it's bone to bone. There's no gloves, right?
Yeah.
Right. So why would I go and get into a crazy fight when I'm the only one that's risking everything?
Right. Yeah.
I'm risking everything. I'm giving him a title shot in front of other people. He's never even fought in my weight class. Not only is he fighting for one of my belts, he's fighting for both of my belts. You know what I mean? And if I beat him, what? Oh, you knocked out a smaller guy. Oh, you couldn't knock out a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the smaller guy did this to you, though. Like, there's no winning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have everything to lose and or whatever, and he has everything to gain. The Chad Mendes fight, though, what's going on with that?
That I was told at first that he was going to debut sometime in November before my fight. That didn't happen. I remember there was a card. They even called it a Mendes card or something, Mendes night or some shit like that. It was going to be his debut. It was going to be Arizona, but it didn't happen. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
I did ask for him the moment that I heard about him signing.
Yeah.
And Feldman told me that he needed to get his feet wet first, which was the fight for November. But now November's gone. He hasn't fought. I can fight in February. You know, I mean, BKFC was talking about him getting his feet wet. And then BKFC also said that Mike Perry can possibly go straight to a title shot. That's BKFC saying that, right? Not just a reporter, right? So if you're gonna give Mike Perry a direct title shot, why not give Chad Mendes a direct title shot? I say he's more deserving. He's fought bigger names. He's won more fights, you know, in UFC history.
Yeah.
Mike did, you know, and I think he has a better, you know, track record than Mike Perry does, and he's a big name too. So why not come to the dark side over here and just come fight for his titles, man?
Yeah. So Mike Perry joined BKFC too?
He signed at 175.
Okay.
Perry too. We could do it at 165.
Nice. Yeah.
You know?
That would
I'm
be
not going for nobody. 165.
Yeah. Mike Perry. I didn't know he was let go from the UFC or whatever.
Yeah, he was let go and picked up by BKFC right away.
And Paige Vanzant, is she on there too?
She's still on. She has one fight left in her contract, so she might be fighting soon. She might be fighting February.
But so, you know, Joe Rogan talks about how the UFC should go to maybe gloveless sometimes, or having some kind of gloves where you can't, where the fingers don't point out for eye pokes.
For a long time, I don't think they're gonna solve that issue.
Yeah, but I for whatever reason, I thought BKFC was also like grappling and stuff, but it's only boxing.
No, BKFC is only boxing.
Yeah,
you have George Masvidal thing that is the bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah,
BKFC is literally boxing. The only differences are the time range. Instead of 2 minutes, boxing is 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you can clinch with one hand, you can grab the head with one hand and keep punching with the other.
I like that.
Dirty boxing.
I saw you kind of pulling Dat's head down, or which is smart, obviously. Control the head, right?
Yeah, he's a boxer. They hate that shit.
Okay, so yeah, I watched the Jorge Masvidal thing. That is, I guess, the one where it's bare knuckle, or bare knuckle MMA. Yeah, bare knuckle MMA. That is what it is. Okay, but that was really exciting watching you fight with Dat, but the Gagey fight was with World Series, I guess.
Yeah, World Series fight. Yeah.
That was a war. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Now, you said you're still not fully recovered. What? But I want to backtrack. We're going to run like a little bit long, just like maybe 10 minutes, if that's okay.
Okay.
Because, well, when you first found out you had COVID, like, what was that like? How did that happen? How did you know you had it or whatever?
So like I said, right, I hadn't gotten sick in a very, very long time because of the way that I eat, that I live, right? I have a very strong immune system. And it caught me when my immune system was low. So I had just came off a win, which I only drank that one night. If I don't have something big to celebrate, I don't drink.
Nice. I
did all my partying already. You know, I already had my fun.
For sure.
So if it's not like a birthday or something to celebrate, I won't have a drink, right? So then came the weekend after was my engagement weekend. Something I had been planning for like six months, you know? And we did it in a yacht and whatnot, and we were drinking the whole entire weekend, you know? And we went to like a very small like lounge. So my fiance caught it first. Right, she caught it first. And I caught it 2 days after. Right? Like that's the first day of symptoms for me, the third day of symptoms for her. We both took the Z-Pack. They do nothing to me. To her, I guess it helped because she got good pretty quick.
Okay.
And I just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then day 10, she's like, I mean, we've been together for like a little over 3 years. We don't argue. We don't fight.
Awesome.
Right? It's the most peaceful relationship I've ever been in my life.
Beautiful.
So day 10, she like literally got into an argument with me because I said no to going to the hospital. And day 11, we got into a second argument. Ever.
Yeah.
And day 12, this is the 12th day of me being infected, and zero food in my stomach. I can't even hold on with water. I'll vomit. Okay?
Wow.
Migraines, fevers. In day 12, I tell her 4 a.m. in the morning and say, hey, take me to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was about to go. It was it. But,
wow.
No, and then to my luck, I got misdiagnosed, man.
With what?
Not only did I get there at 5 a.m. in the morning, earliest to get started on my treatment and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I get there, and that's why I don't even mention the hospital, because there was an angel in the end of the story, but there was a real asshole in the beginning of the story, right? This dude, don't bite that. This dude, this doctor, barely even comes into my room. He just opens the door, and he's like rushing. He's like in a rush everywhere, right? And from the door, he comes and tells me, "Oh yeah, you don't have COVID. Your pancreas almost blew on you." And I'm like, I'm just listening to him, right? And he's like, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna be okay." And repeats the same thing again, right? So I'm like, he says that I don't have COVID, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Doc, the reason why I'm here is because all the symptoms are the COVID. That's why I came here. Yeah, but you don't have COVID. Right at that point, I'm fucking lost it because he has this little attitude. He's in a rush and whatnot, right? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I don't have it? You haven't tested me for COVID yet, man.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten tested yet. So how are you looking at some paper telling me I don't have it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're in such a rush that you don't even know what you're saying.
Wow.
So he feels stupid, right? And he left, sends this nurse, this young dude, right? And the nurse comes and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I don't go too deep. The fucker puts the thing here, like halfway on my nose. Of course he's gonna come back negative." So he comes back, doctor, you know, like he just accomplished something, right? He's like, "See, I told you, it's your pancreas. You almost blew your pancreas. See, you don't have COVID." So they send me to a non-COVID floor.
Wow.
Stop it. Right?
Yeah.
All the nurses that are taking care of me are telling me, like, you got COVID. I'm like, yeah, I got COVID. That's why I'm here.
Oh my God.
In the morning. I know I have COVID, you know?
Jesus.
And then I had to wait until fucking midnight till the shift changed.
Wow.
For the new doctor to come in so I can tell her that was an angel. She comes all the way inside my room, squats next to my bed, holds onto my hand, actually listens to me, you know? Because I thought, I came here because I have COVID.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I came here at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I've been here all this time just waiting for somebody to listen. Right?
Yeah.
They diagnosed me. I need to do another nasal swab.
Yeah.
So, okay, Papa. She approves everything, but I have to wait till the next day in the morning. So in the morning, they come to do a new swab. Oh, guess what? You're positive. We got to bring you back down to the COVID floor.
Wow.
To now begin my treatment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it wasn't a good trip.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. That's were they like, are you vaccinated or anything?
Not yet. I'm getting vaccinated now.
Are you okay? Yeah.
We go to Peru for the first time in 31 years. So
Hell yeah. That should be exciting.
yeah, we're gonna do a nice event for the kids. You know, less fortunate kids.
Wow. How cool is
We'll do a
that?
nice big for them as single mothers. So,
Like your mom.
Getting together, we're gonna just do a nice event for them.
Very, very cool. Okay. Did you ever, reconnect with your dad or anything?
Yeah. I got to see my dad 3 years ago. The first time I saw him in 27 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, when I got my work permit and an advanced parole, and I went to go take a quick visit with him over there in Mexico. He lives in Mexico now.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Is he doing all right?
Doing okay, aging.
Yeah.
He's okay. He's calm.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a good. At least he's out. He got out of jail and he's not.
Yeah, he did his time.
Okay. Very cool. Well, I really appreciate you coming on, Luis Palomino, the bare knuckle FC champion of the world. I look forward to watching your fight with Chad Mendes. I'm excited about that. Thank you for working with SHEATH. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys, man. It's the most comfortable I've ever used. It's too easy to talk about it, man, because it's just too easy to talk about it. That's the truth. The biggest thing that I used to say was like, okay, now I got to get training underwears. Okay, no, now I got to get to be chill, to be relaxed. Bro, I'll do both of this.
Yeah.
But both with this, like I can either just go train, or I can just be relaxed and super comfortable. It made life simple for me. I always had that little issue.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate you coming on, taking the time on a Saturday. It's nice to meet your dogs. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll hopefully be working together again on the next fight and go from there.
We're in touch, man. You let me know. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.